Lindsey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you taking the time so we can give you some grueling questions on all things Lindsey. First of all, how'd you get here? How'd you get to Hardin-Simmons?
So I've had a lot of connections to Hardin-Simmons. I grew up in a small town just north of here called Hamlin.
Yes?
Yes.
Pied Pipers?
Oh yes, the one and
Are you
only.
a Pied Piper?
I am.
What?
I bleed green.
Good for you.
And so I've always had connections to Hardin-Simmons. A lot of my family has gone to Hardin-Simmons, including my brother. He played football here, and my husband, he went to school here, played baseball. And so I've always had connections to Hardin-Simmons. And about a year after we moved back to Abilene, we were living in Oklahoma. We moved back to Abilene to be around family. And a friend of mine, she called me up and was like, we have a position open in accounting. I think it would be a great fit. We have a lot of changes coming and a great team. And just with my prior knowledge of Hardin-Simmons, it just ultimately was a great fit for me and my family.
You got the job and here you are.
Yes.
So before we get into some of the other questions, accounting. What gets you excited about accounting?
I'm a bit of a nerd, let's say.
No, please strike that. Accounting people are not nerds at all.
No, I was fortunate enough to take an accounting class in my senior year of high school, and we learned the basic accounting debits and credits, and it all just clicked and made sense to me. And to me, accounting is like a puzzle, and it all strategically fits into place. I thought to myself, everyone needs an accountant, and even if I don't become an accountant, I can still use those skills in other areas.
Two classes that I wanted my kids to take, one of them was a psychology class and one was accounting. You can always deal with people and you're always going to deal with money, so you better figure that out. Okay, so the business side of things and accounting and doing that, each day you may not really run into a lot of students, maybe some student workers here or there, but what is it about Hardin-Simmons that you love?
The people, honestly. It's definitely the people. I'm more behind the scenes, but I do have interaction with some of the departments, and everyone is so kind and encouraging, and the support of having a great work-life balance is awesome.
Do you like when things add up?
I wondered if this would come up.
I'm just saying, is that a need for you, that things tie?
I like to know why if it doesn't.
Do you go home at night if it doesn't and just think about it?
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean, what accountant doesn't?
I think you're right. And that's what makes them great accountants, because I think in the middle of the night they come up with the answers and go, oh, that's what,
Very
I didn't
much
look
so.
there. I didn't
Yes.
look at that. So any vacations that you've taken with your family that you remember that you enjoyed?
We recently, this past summer, we went, my family and my parents went down to Galveston to the beach.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Just the experience for my kids, just seeing the waves, and it was their first time. And
wow.
It was magical just seeing them light up about it.
Are you going back? Are the kids gonna want to go back now?
They definitely want to go back, and it was a great experience. So.
First time you see the ocean, you're just like, what is that?
Yes.
How old are your kids?
So my oldest, Macy, she is 8. Okay. And then my middle child, Lakin, she is 4. She just turned 4. And my youngest, Bryson, he just turned 2.
If you were to do one thing every day for the rest of your life and enjoy it, what would that one thing be?
I'd probably spend more time with my family. I would be more intentional and be more in the moment, because we wouldn't be rushing to go from one thing to another. And I would probably enjoy spending more time with my parents and helping them out, feeding and checking the cows, and just doing simple.
Tell me about that.
So my parents have some cows, and it all started out as a college fund. One thing I always enjoy going to do with my parents, and just having the time to kind of slow down and hear stories, and my kids enjoy it too.
Are they still in Hamlin, or are they?
Yes, well, they moved outside of Hamlin. They're in between Hamlin and Rotan, so they're out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's a good place to be sometimes.
Yes,
Take
it
a
is.
break. Get to see some stars.
Very so.
Well, Lindsey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate the work that you do. A lot of people don't know how important it is, because when it comes down to an audit or anything else, if things don't line up, they're going to be asking questions, and they usually ask
yes.
you. So thank you for doing it so well.
Well, thank you.